Hi, I wasn't going to do a video today because it's just one of those days, you know. Sometimes I don't want to do videos when I feel like this because the whole premise behind starting this channel of rebuilding a kick-ass life was to help you guys feel inspired and motivated, encouraged and empowered. And I feel like I could just cry at the drop of a hat lately. And what I've come to realize is that, well, first of all, we're human, right? So everybody has these days. And I am cognizant of the fact that I can't get stuck in these days because then I don't shower. I don't make my bed. Looks like it's made, but it's not. I don't even leave the house. And I know I've done enough work to know to be cognizant of that because I don't want to slip down the rabbit hole of, you know, being stuck in this funk. And then I thought, no, I want to be real and I want to be authentic because we all go through this. And then I actually had a girlfriend that did say to me, if you're going to do a YouTube video, you really should put it out there how you feel today. Because I called her today. And that's really important to you guys, having a support system when you're feeling down or feeling upset or, that you can speak to someone and they don't have to fix your problem at all. They just have to listen, really. And that's all she really did was listen. And then I felt so much better. And she said, I get it. There's days where I don't want to put on my makeup or wash my hair or have a shower or get out of the house, and we all have them. And that's how I've been feeling lately. And I've talked about this before where we're stuck at my age. I'm 57, going to be 58 in a few months, in that sandwich generation. And I feel like my voice is like ready to crack. And we have so much pressure and worry because we're sort of stuck in the middle where we're worried about our parents and they're getting sick and they're older. And in my case, my parents live like 3 hours away. Yeah, there's also a language barrier. So they don't speak the language very well when they have doctor's appointments. My father doesn't drive anymore. He had a stroke a few months ago, but my mother is his primary caregiver. And then that's really what I'm worried about because I feel like they're older. And then for her to be his primary caregiver, it's a real concern. For me, I'm actually going home tomorrow, which is about 3 hours away, take her to some doctor's appointments because I got a call that she wasn't sleeping and she's been crying and she's really depressed and she um is really what's that word when you're regressing? Um she's really starting to deteriorate. And I know a lot of it has to do with my dad, lots of other things that she obsesses about and worries about. And so I am going to go home tomorrow. So there's that worry, right, of your parents. And then I feel like my age group, they're getting sick. There's cancer. We have a family member who's terminally ill. And that, when I think about that or speak to her, it is just so, it's really hard. That's really hard. She has kids. And that is really hard. She's going through that. And then you worry about your kids. So you've got your parents at the top, your friend group in the middle, and then you've got your kids at the bottom. And your kids are another source of worry sometimes because you just feel like you want them to be okay. And this economy is insane. Where we live, I'm from Canada, and where we live, it's in the Toronto area, the GTA, you can't buy a house, a decent house, for under like $1 million. Well, I mean, you could, but it is like you're scraping the bottom of the barrel to get anything, decent. And the salaries, of course, aren't going up. They're not going up anywhere. The interest rates are insane. The food, the groceries, crazy. So the cost of living is so high, but they're making, a salary that is like entry level. And so you worry about your kids and how are they going to, are they going to be okay? And because statistically, this is the first generation where they're going to not do as well financially as their parents. We've been able to do better than our parents, and this is the first generation that is not going to do as well or better than their parents. And so that's where my kids fall under. And my kids are, they're fine. One's a pilot. One works, he was on TV, so he's got this great platform where he's able to work with lots of conservation organizations, and he does have a great life. And then my other daughter is a business owner. But still, there's still that worry, like even being a business owner, the economy's horrible, and so people are spending less. And I just feel overwhelmed. I feel overwhelmed with my parents. There's so many tough decisions to be made with them. As the older they get, putting them on a waiting list for a home. Tomorrow, I'm going to take my mom to a doctor's appointment, and then I'm going to, I don't know. I feel like she needs to get on sleeping pills or something. She says she's sleeping an average of maybe 2 hours a night, and you can't function on sleep. I can't function on sleep. So taking her to get her groceries, but there's so many things to set up, and we've already set up so much. They've got care coming to the house 3 days a week. They've got snow removal taken care of. Tomorrow we're going to get the handicap parking sticker for the car because my dad had a stroke and my mom's the only one driving, and she shouldn't be driving. I worry about that all the time. So, we've done a lot already to ensure that they're okay. But when she calls and she's upset and she's crying and she's like, you're saying that she's getting older and she's just sad, and it's like, oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. And the sandwich generation sucks, quite frankly. And that is how I'm feeling. That is how I'm feeling. And I'm not going to pretend that I'm not feeling that, because I am feeling that. And you know that your family dynamic is going to change. You know that the family unit as you knew it is going to change. And that's really hard too sometimes to think about that. Like, she wants to go to Portugal one last time this summer, which I'm going to make sure that we do that. And going to Portugal, where she's from, where I was born, is sort of, it's my it's my happy place. And I keep thinking, is it going to be still my happy place when I go there? Sorry, without her, because my mom is part of the reason that I love going there so much, to our little village. It's like my mom's in the kitchen. She's always cooking. There's always visitors coming by, and she's always, that's going to be hard. And it's inevitable and it's part of life, but it's still hard. And so I'm just at that state. And I know, and I preach this to you guys, that you have to feel it to heal it. I say that all the time. You got to go walk right through the freaking fire of hell and come out on the other side. And so you do have to feel it to heal it. And I think after I get off here, I'm going to have a really good cry, pack my bags, and go home tomorrow. But if you're feeling like any of these things I'm talking about, then plus, and then plus, and then plus, like maybe you've lost your job, maybe you're having, you're in a shitty relationship. Like, there's just so many people that are struggling. And you guys, I know this too shall pass. I preach it. I believe it to my core. And you're not alone. Clearly, you're not alone. This too shall pass. It's just the bump in the road that we go through. And I'm we do have to just feel it and process those feelings, but don't get stuck there. So I was talking to my girlfriend and I said, like, I'm just having a really rough time right now. It's really hard. And then I said, in March, that's she has a house in Florida. I'm I need to go to Florida. I just need to reset. And I think it's really important that we do that, have like a reset. Because I feel like I have been in this funk probably since my dad had a stroke a few months ago. So I've been in this funk where everything just seems to pile up on you. It's one thing after another, after another, after another. And God, I had a month there where I needed a new fridge, my car broke down, I needed a new car, my dad had a stroke, my mom's not well, a family member has been diagnosed with cancer, but now it's back and it's worse. And it's just everything piling up. And I know that we have to go through that and that life goes up and down. And if try and, stay at an even keel, it's easier, but it's hard, you guys. Life is hard. And I don't want to live life where I'm constantly swimming upstream. So I'm going to feel it. I'm going to process it. I'm going to do everything I can to not get stuck here. I've booked to go to Florida to do a reset in March. And I just want to reiterate to you guys, I feel like I have a frog in my throat, frog in my throat. And I just want to reiterate to you guys that this is life. And as happy as I am, and as how I usually see the glass half full, sometimes life throws shit at you and you just can't get away from it. It's just life happening. And I know it's not going to last forever. I just wanted to share with you guys that even me, if you look at my Instagram page, by the way, Emily Moynes at Instagram, it's pretty positive. Everything is pretty positive and, like being strong and know your worth and all that sort of stuff. And it is pretty positive. And I do, for the most part, have what I consider to be a kick-ass life. But sometimes life throws shit at you. And even I, Miss Positive, has those days. So if you feel like you're having those days, welcome to the club. We all have them. I'm so glad I actually I actually feel better. And I have to tell you, doing these videos, and I've just started my YouTube journey, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, but doing these videos, because I've been doing them on Instagram forever, just short form, is just as therapeutic and as cathartic for me as it is for you. Initially, it was to help you or to help anyone that was going through a similar experience that I had been through, was to help, maybe through my experience, I could help you through it. But what I discovered was that in doing so and trying to help you, it actually also really helps me, because right now, even I just feel better talking about it and getting it off my shoulders. So I'm going to have a shower. I'm going to cry first. Maybe I'll just cry in the shower. And then I'm going to put my makeup on. And it's actually a beautiful day here today. It's sunny. There's no snow in Canada, which is strange for us because in February, it's usually pretty cold. It's actually a nice day today. And I'm going to go for a walk along the lake. I'm going to force myself to, because you know what I want to do? I want to get right back into that bed. That's what I really want to do. But I'm not going to do that. I am going to have my cry, and then I'm going to get on with my day. So if you're feeling like this, it's okay. Feel it. You have to feel it to heal it. Process the emotions. Let it sink in. Let it bubble to the surface. Let it do all that. Just don't get stuck in it. And it's okay sometimes to just not be okay. And that's how I feel right now. Thank you for listening. And I'll see you next time on Rebuilding a Kick-Ass Life with Mama Moynes. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for listening. I feel better.